Curtis Blaydes and Tom Aspinall in the heavyweight division. Two prime MMA fighters here. Now, Tom Aspinall is an England-born fighter. This card is in London, England, in the United Kingdom. They're obviously hoping Tom Aspinall wins this fight, but it's not a guaranteed thing at all, because Curtis Blaydes has some of the best wrestling inside of the UFC, and not just the wrestling, but his striking. Outstruck Chris Dawkins in the last fight. That is very, very impressive. Out-wrestled Jairzinho Rozenstruik in that fight. Out-wrestled Alexander Volkov in that fight. Outstruck Junior Dos Santos in that fight. Then he got clipped by Derek Lewis right there. Aspinall is kind of the same. He goes out there, destroys Jake Collier on the feet, destroys Alan Badeau, takes him down, takes down Andrei Arlovski, submits him, lands the knees in the clinch, then knocks out Sergey Spivak, and then takes down Volkov and submits him. They both are so well-rounded of MMA fighters in the heavyweight division. I mean, you look at the rankings as of right now, these guys are some of the most well-rounded guys. Alexander Romanov doesn't have the striking to match up with these guys. Aspinall and Curtis Blaydes have very, very good striking. They have the power to knock out very legit guys, as we saw Blaydes do against Chris Dawkins. They have the power and the strength to take people down, use their wrestling and use their grappling to win the fight on the ground, whether it's by submission or by a dominant decision. So, honestly, two of the most well-rounded guys in the heavyweight division. And Ngannou is getting there because his wrestling looked very legit against Cyril Gane. But this is such an interesting matchup because Tom Aspinall is the much faster opponent in terms of the striking. Power-wise, it is very even. I mean, I don't really know what to think off of the last fight from Curtis Blaydes. I don't know who's going to have the power advantage, so we're going to say that's going to be very 50-50. But again, speed advantage goes Tom Aspinall. Volume advantage goes Tom Aspinall. Jiu-Jitsu, I'm going to go Tom Aspinall. And then the wrestling goes towards Curtis Blaydes. Very, very tough because we've seen Curtis Blaydes get knocked out in all three losses. I mean, you know Tom Aspinall has the power to knock out Curtis Blaydes. He has the submission game to go out there and submit Curtis Blaydes possibly in this fight. But if he's not able to land that knockout blow, he's not able to land that submission early on in the fight, we're going to see Curtis Blaydes grind out in the wrestling and win a decision. He's not going to go out there and finish Tom Aspinall. He didn't do that against Rozenstruik or Alexander Volkov. He did it against Chris Dawkins and Junior Dos Santos, but Aspinall is far better than those opponents. So I do see the fight going either way if Blaydes is the victor. But if Tom Aspinall is the victor, I do see a knockout. 75% going Aspinall by knockout right there. 25% going Blaydes. 50% going knockout. And then 50% going decision. The betting odds as of right now for the fight are slightly favoring Curtis Blaydes. The last time I checked, he's at minus 130 with Tom Aspinall at plus 108. Started very 50-50. Minus 108, minus 108. It was a 50-50 fight on the betting odds. People started putting money on a Curtis Blaydes. So it is very interesting. He's the underdog on Tapology, but he's the favorite on the betting odds. And it's so tough to think because what if Aspinall lands some really big shots early on in the fight and then gasses himself out? Curtis Blaydes out-wrestles and dominates the rest of the fight. There's so many things that can happen in this type of fight in the heavyweight division, but I know Aspinall's wrestling and grappling has improved so much, but I also know Curtis Blaydes' striking has improved so much. It's such a tough prediction. I said it before that I was going to go Tom Aspinall knockout, and I said most likely if he's going to win, it's going to be a knockout. I have a feeling this one's going to go to a decision. We haven't seen a Tom Aspinall decision in a while. I mean, I don't think he has one UFC fight go to a decision. Usually, for younger fighters just getting that new fight in the top 5, we saw Magomed Ankalaev fight Thiago Santos. A lot of people thought he was going to get the knockout. Turns out, he actually told everyone after the fight was over, he wanted the fight to go to a decision. He wanted to build up the experience to see if he was able to go 5 rounds, to see if he's able to handle the long duration of a championship-level UFC title fight. And that's what I kind of see happening here. I know Tom Aspinall could go out there and finish Curtis Blaydes early on in this fight, but I have a feeling he wants to go out there and prove he can go 5 rounds. So I know a lot of you guys are looking at the Tapology predictions. You're like, oh my god, so many people going Aspinall knockout. That's what I had originally, but I'm going to go Aspinall decision there. Call me crazy if you want. I got Aspinall by decision. Put your predictions down below. Do you think Blaydes out-wrestles to a decision? Do you think Blaydes knocks Tom Aspinall out? Do you think Aspinall can pull a finish early on in the fight? Or do you think Aspinall can make this a 5-round striking fight and just slightly out-edge Curtis Blaydes on the feet and win a decision? Because that's what I think happens. But put your thoughts down below. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Let's go.